Hello, 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 and welcome to Cooking with Camille. Today, we're going to do something different. We're going to do some chili cornbread casserole, okay? Chili cornbread casserole. You're going to need everything you need for your chili. I got some garlic powder, some basil leaves, some Italian seasoning, some kidney beans, some cream corn. I don't have no tomato sauce, but we're going to use pasta sauce. Some cheddar cheese, some Jiffy cornbread mix, some milk, egg, some ground beef, and an onion, and some chili seasoning, okay? Okay, I'm only going to make a small pot of chili. I already done diced the onion. Let's go ahead and saute that onion. And that air vent on so the smoke detectors don't go off. So go ahead and saute your onion so it gets nice and brown. I usually do it in a skillet. I try to do it in a skillet so you can see. I think I will do it in a skillet so you can see. Okay, so we're going to try it again. Okay, this time in a skillet. Okay, where you can see it. Okay, so saute it to the brown. Onions get brown. Then we're going to add the hamburger. They're tender enough by the time they cook in the hamburger, they'll be just fine. And go ahead and add your hamburger. Or ground turkey, whatever you prefer. I had some ground hamburger, so usually I do turkey, but I had hamburger and I'm going to use that. And go ahead until it's all nice golden brown. I add a little garlic pepper powder, say about a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of basil. Y'all know I don't measure, I just assume because I can figure it out. Been doing it too long. And a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And just let that season and cook in. And while we're doing this, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. 350. So when we bake it, we can it'll be already preheated. And while we're waiting on the burger to cook, go ahead and get a casserole dish. A small casserole dish, the smallest one you have. I think a 13 by 15. That's what we're talking about, because you know we have some that's a bigger. Whatever you want to use, depending on how much hamburger you're cooking. And go ahead and oil it real good, spray it real good, so it won't stick. Okay, make sure it's fine, real good. I wasn't gonna cook today. I just deep cleaned my kitchen and didn't want to mess it up, but I had to cook sooner or later. So you gotta mess it up sooner or later. So you might as well go on and mess it up now. But I'm not going to mess it up because I'm going to make sure I clean it. I do it every week, every Thursday. So just want to make sure everything is good and clean and good in. So make sure this is good and brown and chopped up really fine. And then we're going to drain it. And then add your chili seasoning. Okay, then I'm going to add the chili seasoning with just maybe a 1/4 cup of water, just a quart. I like to use a lot of water. And make the water. Just want to get that seasoning in there. So I'm going to use this little cup. Because you're going to add tomato sauce to it. Just enough to get the seasoning in your meat. And once you got that going, then we're going to add our pasta sauce. I'm only going to add a little bit. We might use this for another day. Just because we're only making a small casserole dish of it. And stir that. And add your can of beans, kidney beans. And if you need to add more salt, taste it, see if you need salt. and pepper. That's what I forgot to add, the pepper. And we're going to add the beans to it. So taste it. Make sure you clean the top of your can when you add your beans, because you don't want anything could be walking on your cans. In the store or in your house, you don't know. So it's best to clean your can off before you open it. So in case the lid fall in. And keep the juice, because that's what thickens the chili. Okay? And taste for taste, because sometimes I like to add a little sugar to mine because I don't like tomatoey taste. So taste it. And we just let it thicken a little bit. And then we're going to make the cornbread. It's good. I'm just going to add just maybe a teaspoon of sugar. Teaspoon of sugar in there, and that's all I need. I don't like that tomatoey taste. And then continue to stir it. And if you want to make it thicker than what it is, you can just add some cornstarch to it. And I'm going to let it set for about 5 minutes while we make the cornbread. I'll put it on low. Okay, on your Jiffy, just make it like you're supposed to with 1 egg and the milk. But I'm going to do a little different. Add my Jiffy. Let me wash my can off. I'm going to add my egg. And I'm going to add a can of cream corn. I'm going to change it up a little bit. If you ever put cream corn in your cornbread, it tastes really, really good. Even whole corn. We're going to put cream corn in there. And we're going to put the egg. And we're just going to beat that good with a little bit of milk. It asks for a 1/3 cup of milk. You might not even need all that because you got the cream corn. So just add a little at a time until you get it the thickness you want. That's good. Turn the stove off. You don't have to wait a mess up your mix for it. Then I had some leftover cornbread from dinner the other day. I'm going to add that to it too. You know, since I'm messing up some good cornbread when you can use it. Okay, so let's go back to over here. Okay, now we're going to add our chili. Make sure we stir. Let me get a spoon. Okay, we just add our chili to the bottom of our casserole. Can everybody see? Bottom of our casserole, okay? Then I had some leftover cornbread. I'm just going to take that and just crumble it up on top. Just crumble it up. I don't want to waste no good cornbread. There's only 3 slices left. Just crumble it up. Then we're going to add our cheese on top of that. Add your cheddar cheese. On top of that. Just even it out. You can do as much cheese as you want. And spread it out. Just like putting cheese in your chili. Okay, and then we're going to add our cornbread mix on top. I'm going to beat it a little more. And then we're just going to pour that cornbread on top. Spread it. This must be a big casserole dish because it didn't spread good. All we do is want to just make a topping for it. That's all we want to do. Okay, and then we're going to put it in the oven. You know, it says cook it at 400. I got 350. Let's move it up a little bit to 400. Because 350 will cook it too slow. So let's cancel that and put 400. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I was thinking about my chili. I was going to put the chili on top. If you put the chili on top, then you want to put it on 350 to slow cook. Okay, it's ready to go in the oven. And then we're going to bake it until it's a golden brown. But keep an eye on it because you don't want to bake it what it says by the Jiffy cornbread because it didn't fill. It's not all the way a full pan, so it might only take about 13 minutes. We're going to try the 15-minute first. It says 15 to 20 minutes, but we're going to try 15 minutes just in case it cooked faster than what it's supposed to. Okay, and I'm going to clean up while we're baking. We have 2 minutes left, but we might need to leave it a little longer because it don't look like it's quite done. Okay, everybody, the timer going off. We're going to let it go. We're just going to keep an eye on it. We're going to let it go for maybe 2 more minutes. And once it goes for 2 minutes, we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes before we serve it, okay? Want to let it sit so you can cut it real nice and smooth, okay? Okay, this is what it looks like. I let it cook for 20 minutes, y'all. The cornbread's done. We're going to let it set for 5 minutes before you cut it so it can cool down a little bit. And then I'll plate it up. Okay, I'm going to cut down here. I have the rights to the music. Matter of fact, let me cut it off. So it's cutting really, really smooth. I don't have no problems with that music. So it kind of broke in half. The only reason why it broke in half because it's still hot. You can let it cool. I'm going to decorate it with some parsley. Fresh parsley. Put some on the plate. Voila. Looks good, looks good, looks good. But yeah, when you cut it, you want to cut it when it's really, really cool. Because it does better when it's cool. Look at that. Cornbread chili casserole. Cornbread chili casserole, y'all. Look at that. Let me turn it around. Look at that chili. Looks wonderful. Looks wonderful. Let me try it. Try it with a spoon. It's got the beans and the chili and the cornbread and the cheese. Y'all, it's just like having chili with cornbread. And the chili part, you can taste the cream corn. What a wonderful taste. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all, I gotta let y'all go. This is good. I gotta try this. And the spices and the texture, really good. So y'all have a blessed day. I'll check with y'all later. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Next time we do something, we'll do dessert too, because we're out of dessert. The brownies are gone. Okay. Have a blessed day. God bless. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to comment so you can be on my Wheel of Fortune list on the end of the month and win a gift.